I think almost every faith there is would tell you that we're going to be judged by how we treat the least in our society.
I would say that Steve has a heart as big as Texas. I've never met anyone besides maybe my mother who was as tough and as kind-hearted at the same time. We do have a lot of demands on our time because neither of us have met a cause that we we didn't like and that we didn't think was important and want to do something about it. But I will say Steve has a particular place in his heart, as our whole family does, for people who live with disabilities and who they can't pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. Back in 2001, Steve started a very informal program in East Texas, where he's from. His mother had been a special education aide, and his sister had a master's in special education and was actually teaching at the time. So he went back to East Texas and decided to have Christmas lunch for some kids.
What we decided, because of my sister's background in education, was that it would be good for the kids, often in some of these more rural towns of East Texas, instead of giving them a presents, would be to let them go pick out things. And really we thought that they would pick out things for themselves. And then we kind of learned that maybe they have a little better lessons to teach all of us, because often they would pick out for their brothers or sisters or even their parents.
Once we formalized the organization, we made the program as robust as we can every year. We've added more school districts and more children. We have 12 school districts now across Texas, and we service thousands of kids.
We haven't limited ourselves on what exactly we do. So sometimes we've adopted literally a families. I mean, that means paying rent and giving them food and because some of the families are really great people. They're just in a real bad spot, often for just a little while. And if you can kind of bridge that for them, they'll often get on their feet. And one of the things that we wanted to do with our program was to teach life skills. And so, but it's important, you know, after they come out of the public education system, where they are supported much more than they are later, that programs like HEART can provide life skills training and give them jobs. I mean, that's sustainability for them and sustainability for their parents. Particularly concerning is the fact that their folks and parents get old, you know, and so at some point they're left without those parents. And so what HEART does is extremely important, providing, you know, a sense of self-worth for those people and sustainability of their own lives.
And so many of the companies and folks who have programs where they employ the HEART beneficiaries, they say that there's, you know, it's a plus for their company. It's value added for their company, that it's not a matter of trying to fill a gap. It's a matter of getting a great employee that makes everybody else happy and really brings something special to the program and to the workplace.
Well, Amber and I both grew up with pretty humble beginnings, and so Amber was a passionate advocate for folks, and we found in our law firm that we've been able to help, you know, people, and also take in our charity sometimes folks who have legal issues, whether it be economic status or so forth. And Amber's desire to help people is really unmatched to anybody I know. I think often that we think that if we can't help everybody, you can't help anybody. I grew up in a home that had a little magnet on the fridge about the man who was walking down the beach with a starfish. And he was throwing them back in the ocean. There was tens of thousands of them on the beach. And the young man said to the old man, "Why are you doing this? What difference does it make?" And he looked down his hand and he said, "It makes a difference to this one." And so I would often say, I think sometimes we think, what difference can you make?
You get overwhelmed by the problem.
Right. And so you can make a difference, you know, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time sometimes, you know. So you start there and you make a difference in one person's life. And that's what I appreciate about HEART.
HEART, thank you so much for the Making Change, Changing Hearts Award. This means a lot to me and my family.
But thank you for the award and for the award that you've given me and Amber. We greatly appreciate it. But more importantly, thank you for letting us be a part of what y'all do and helping participate in raising money for you. It's a great cause, and we're thankful to be here, or to be at the lunch, and to be a part of what you're doing. Thank you.